Alright. And I'm gonna put us up to fastest. I used to run on normal or even slow in the early game, but now in this version of Stellaris, there's just so much more stuff I want to do, that I need to do. And our outpost in Sirius is done, so we finally have a second system. Yeah, there's just so many more things I want to do that starting out on such a slow speed just doesn't strike me as a very good idea. Oh, this is rather unfortunate. Apparently, we won't be able to colonize Sirius 3 just yet because there's an anomaly there, and it's level 3. So I'll have to level up one of my scientists to be able to handle that anomaly. To be honest, I always thought that was kind of dumb, that you could not actually colonize a planet if it had an anomaly on it. What does it matter if there's an anomaly on there? What is there about the planet having an anomaly that makes it so that I can't start setting up a colony there? I mean, it might be a bit risky in the long term, depending on what the anomaly is, but that should be my decision if I want to take the risk of the planet cracking open like an egg and a giant space dragon emerging or something. Oh, hey, Sick. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, I'm just messing around with the new Stellaris story pack. We haven't gotten to any of the archaeology yet, but I'll be sure to show that off when we do, and even just with the short amount of time I've spent doing this thus far, I'm thinking this might be a full playthrough. Habitable World Survey, aka the event that everyone gets and everyone has read, but I'll read it anyways because I said I would read everything in the start. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Terra. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. A commendable initiative indeed, and that will begin the Habitable World Survey event chain.
New sitrep.
Let's knock it down to normal speed. Yeah, basically...
Anomaly found.
Hold on a second. Anomaly found in Alpha Centauri. There is significant scarring on the surface of this world in a pattern that cannot be natural. From orbit, the massive rifts almost look like writing. Well, I'm gonna leave that for now. It's a bit long for the moment. Yes. So, just to give a brief reminder for anyone that's turned up in the intervening period of what kind of empire this is, we are and I'm gonna build some more ships just so I don't forget that. Just to give a brief reminder of what type of empire this is, we are a feudal society, meaning that our vassals are less likely to hate us because of power, but they can expand outside their own borders. And we're also post-apocalyptic, meaning our planet is a tomb world thanks to a bit of a nuclear war that we had on there at some point. And as for ethics, we are fanatic authoritarian and militarist. I didn't go for xenophobe, since I do that all the time and wanted something different. we've now gotten our precursor event thing, and unfortunately, it's one of the ones that was in the game before, which I'm rather disappointed about, because there are like 2 more precursor event chains that got added in with Ancient Relics, and I was rather hoping to see one of them, but instead, it's not only one of the ones that's already in the vanilla game, but it's one of the ones that I honestly find the outcome to be kind of boring. My personal favorite precursor event chains so far, in terms of the vanilla ones, which are the only ones I've experienced, my personal favorites are the Cybrex and the First League. But we've picked up the Eurasian Concordat. We've recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Breda Morinve 3. God, that is such a difficult name to pronounce. It really is. From what we have translated so far of their language, we have learned that these aliens called themselves the Eurasian Concordat. They were an interstellar power that held sway over this region of the galaxy a little over 1 million years ago. They appear to have been 6-limbed mammalians, and there are several references to some kind of plague called the Javorian Pox, which swept across their empire with devastating results, possibly leading to their extinction. So yes, they got what's basically the Black Plague in death if the Black Plague had wiped out the entire human race. Interesting. This begins the Eurasian precursor event chain, and we gain 3 minor artifacts.
New sitrep.
Now, I'll get into what minor artifacts are later in more detail, as I'm still kind of learning about them, but they're a mix of like minor archaeological finds, as you might be able to guess, and a currency that you can spend to unlock some new things. Really depends. Contact report, remnants. The High Kingdom of Terra is abuzz with the news of alien remnants that were recently studied. These leavings are considered definitive proof of intelligent, purposeful alien activity at some point in the past. We may still be alone now, but we are at least not the first to be so. Remarkable. As I was saying, we have a pop who has grown up on Terra, meaning they need jobs. I'm going to build a generator district so that we can get a little bit more power set up.
Recon pass completed.
That system that I can't pronounce the damn name of. We've finished surveying. So now, once I get this place in my territory, I am renaming it because that name is just offensive in how hard it is to pronounce. It really is. And for more ships in the fleet. Move us up to fastest again. We're almost done surveying Alpha Centauri, at which time I will be claiming it for the Empire. Glorious, glorious new territories.
Construction complete.
Yes, indeed.
System reconnaissance completed.
Now get me Alpha Centauri. Hopefully we'll be able to colonize that place.
Taking evasive action.
And of course, the moment I send them in, we encounter cultist marauders in the Alpha Centauri system. How the hell did that happen? They weren't there when my science ship was surveying, but they just magically popped up when my construction ship went off to do its thing. That's ridiculous. We have sighted ships flying the flag of the Grey Disciples in the Alpha Centauri system. They've charged their weapons and are moving to intercept us. But where were they even hiding? Seriously. Seriously, where were they hiding? Well, one thing to do. Classes 1, move in to engage.
Science ship reports enemy contact. Construction complete.
Science ship is MIA because the cultists are assholes. Send in the fleet. You guys fix yourself up and then you can head back to Sirius to resume your exploriness. Be a dear and murder their faces for me, please. Oh yes, I do love watching these full screen battles like this. Is kind of great. Not that they have much of a chance, mind you, but that doesn't detract from how great it is to watch. Get over there. Cultist fleet destroyed. Cultist fleet operating in the Alpha Centauri system has been destroyed in battle. Pull the ships back to Sirius. That construction ship can now build the starbase in Alpha Centauri that I originally told it to. And you guys head over and explore that system that we think has cultists in it. I would like to see what its deal is. I think, and seeing as we can't do that with our military fleet, not yet anyways, the science ships will have to do. Again, fleet, wait on the edge of the system so I can just jump you in when you're needed. Which I know you will be, because that's where the bad guys are. And I am going to upgrade our expansion by getting colonization fever. Colonization fever seems to have gripped the populace. Their enthusiasm and patriotic fervor draws additional population to new colonies. New colonies will start with one additional pop, which is really nice because the reassembled ship shelter that acts as our temporary administrative building in new colonies gives you 2 jobs, and that would mean both of them will be filled, so I can just deal with that immediately and stuff. Yes. More ships belonging to the Grey Disciples have been encountered in the Old Ash system. They are approaching an attack formation. Battle stations. And this system has a Gaia planet in it. Oh, we have hit the mother lode, ladies and gentlemen. We have absolutely hit the mother lode. A freaking Gaia world right off the bat. Oh yes, this is just too great. It really bloody is. It's just so awesome. We can colonize a Gaia world right away. That's just so epic. the epicness is just so epic in its epicness because it's so epic. I know I've used the word epic a lot there, but I don't care, damn it. The HMS Magnus has routed, but every other ship in the cultist fleet is going down.
Construction complete.
Alpha Centauri's starbase. It's been built. Build me some mining stations there. Oh, apparently these cultist ships aren't leaving any debris I can analyze. It's disappointing. Those cultist ships are dead. The cultist fleet operating in the Old Ash system has been destroyed in battle. Good. The fleet can go home to get fixed up. And we can survey the Sirius system before moving on to other places. And once we're done in Alpha Centauri, I'm gonna have my construction ship head to Old Ash to claim that Gaia world. Oh my god. This is just too much luck. Honestly, a Gaia world. I fucking love this. Gaia world right off the bat. That is just great. It really is just too much. And it's not a holy world, too, so we don't have to worry about a bloody fallen empire coming in and shoving themselves in my business to make me leave it after I've colonized it or something. Which is very nice. Bunch of scientists leveling up. Speaking of, Soul Shipyard, get me another construction ship. I have a feeling I'm gonna need one fairly soon.
Anomaly found.
And we have found an anomaly while surveying Old Ash. Entire continents on Old Ash 3 are blanketed in a strange growth that seems at odds with the rest of the planet's flora. It's only 76 days, but I'm gonna let that science ship finish its current survey mission before I put them on this anomaly. Okay, there. Now I'll go and research the anomaly.
Construction complete.
This construction ship is in a position to start pushing north whenever we need to. But I'll just leave it in Seoul for now, because I'm going to hold off on expanding in this direction for the time being. We have discovered an archaeological site. Oh yes. So, what was I saying about how I was going to hold off on expanding north? Well, I take that back, because we need to seize control of that archaeological site so I can start doing some archaeology and finally show the bloody thing off. Invasive exofungus over in the Old Ash system. After intensive study and sampling of the growth blanketing entire biospheres on Old Ash 3, Proculus Melius reports that the substance is not native to the planet, but rather an invasive fungal life form of unknown origin. The fungus feeds on biomatter, choking out existing plant life and enveloping terrain. Any future settlers on the planet would have to deal with routinely burning back the exofungus. It is unknown at this point if it can be entirely eradicated. Worrying indeed. What does that mean? Exofungus infestation, -10 habitability, and everything builds slower, but the minus to habitability does not actually matter because this is a Gaia world. And its habitability is always 100%. Planet does have 3 tile blockers though. It has dangerous wildlife and 2 active volcanoes, which is blocking out a handful of districts. But yes, I think as soon as we have this system surveyed, I am going to get an outpost set up there so that we can colonize Oldash and Sirius. We have detected life signs coming from somewhere beneath the barren and lifeless surface of this planet. What manner of organism could possibly live there? Research it then. If you're that curious, give it a research. Here comes our construction ship. To build us the outpost we will need here for our colony. Mysterious domes. This is that survey over in the system I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of. Further surveys revealed a large complex on the surface, consisting of over a dozen collapsed domes, structures that at one point were sealed from the rest of the planet. Excavation into the largest building uncovered an elevator shaft plunging over 200 meters into the surface. What could be down there? Issue special project, investigate dome complex. We don't have the skill that we need with that scientist to do it just yet, unfortunately.
Construction complete. Recon pass completed.
Now I will claim this system so we can colonize it, though. You build that station at Barnard Store to get me the energy, and then build there so we can eventually go after that archaeology site. Because damn it, I want to do some archaeology during this session at the very least. Okay. Almost there, almost there.
Construction complete.
Oldash is fine. Build a mining station there. Then move your ass to Alpha Centauri. And I will be colonizing that in a few months. Or that would be the case if we didn't have the market. You can have 500 minerals and 500 food, and then... Oops, I did not mean to do that. There we go. Now we will colonize this planet. Say hello, everyone, to Elysium. our first colony once the colony ship is up and running. Yes, indeed, Z's. It's going to be our first colony ship.
Construction complete.
Alright, we're done there. And off to the place I can't pronounce the name
Science
of.
Division report
Get
success.
somewhere I can pronounce the name of. That research is done. So next, I'm going to pick up ground defense planning for better defense armies and naval capacity from soldier jobs. So we can have more ships the more soldiers we have. And wow, this is ridiculous. Everyone, say hello to the now system. I wonder where the later system is. I'm sorry, that's terrible, but really? A system called now? You gotta admit, that's kind of absurd. Just the idea that someone actually called a system the now system is a little bit mad. We have detected life signs coming from somewhere beneath the barren and lifeless surface of this planet. What manner of organism could possibly live there? Research it then, if you're so curious. Still got a while yet to go on that colony ship.
Reports a new breakthrough.
That survey's done. Now we have a tradition and we've finished researching something. I'm going to go down to a new life to increase our pop growth speed, I think. A new life awaits our citizens in the off-world colonies. A chance to begin again in a golden land of opportunity and adventure. With the help of an aggressive marketing campaign, the less fortunate elements of our society will be flocking to the colony ships. And we have finished researching better engineering research. So now, I'm going to go for powered exoskeletons to buff our army damage a little bit. And for the mineral boost, of course. But mostly for the army damage, because eventually we're going to have to do quite a few planetary invasions, since this is going to be a very militaristic playthrough. So we have to be willing to invade everybody and their grandmother. Obviously.
Construction
if we
complete.
Want to do anything. Build our mining stations there. Silicon life forms. One kind of burrowing silicon life form inhabits a vast network of tunnels beneath the barren surface of Now 2. I'm sorry, that's still just such a mad name for a system, it really is. As best as we can tell, the creatures feed off rocks, and there is evidence to suggest that they possess a rudimentary form of intelligence. Their tunneling efforts have shuffled large amounts of valuable minerals to the surface. Intriguing. And Now 2 is now +3 minerals. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to rename that system once we get in our territory. It's just absolutely nuts thing to call the place, it really is. Yeah, this can be the Janssen system, because that's something I can actually pronounce. And of course, I have to go in and rename the starbase as well, because renaming the system doesn't rename the starbase. In some way it makes sense, but in others it's kind of a pain in the ass. That one is also getting the renaming treatment eventually.
Anomaly found.
LJK 1905 periodically spews an alarmingly eclectic mix of particles and radiation into the void. Well, it's going to take about 2 years and change to finish that one, so leave it be for now, at least until you're better.
Construction complete.
And we don't have the influence to expand any further right now. But my colony ship is done and on its way to the oldish system. Though, now I am going to purchase another science ship. So we can have a science ship on standby to start doing some archaeology.
Compass completed.
Once one of them hits level 3, and I have that science ship available, I'll eventually pull one of my scientists off to do some work on that archaeology and have someone less experienced just build it up by surveying. Now, you can build that starbase for me. Survey the stars. Now, this event is actually from the More Events mod, for anyone who isn't aware of that. For millennia, we have looked at the stars trying to understand them, but they were always beyond our reach. Now we finally have the technology to do so. Some of our best scientists are eager to go on an expedition to examine the stellar bodies up close. They have already prepared a list of nearby stars of different types that would be the best targets to study. Very thoughtful. Let's see that list.
New sitrep.
And that will give us some more places to look at in order to just study the stars. And they're all pretty close by. Basically, it's just some special projects to examine stars. We have more unemployment now. I'm thinking we need more alloys. Our alloy production is kind of low considering all the starbase we're building. So, get me down an alloy foundry. And that will be our next few jobs on the home world.